your buddy Doug Jarrett and his excuses for being late.
Oh my, that's on the internet. Funniest. But he was always late for every practice, you know. And Billy Ray, you know, practice was at 10 o'clock, and there's 22 steps up from the dressing room to the ice, and, you know, he locked the door as soon as he came on the ice, which was 10 o'clock. And, you know, Doug Jarrett would be, you know, always late. So finally Billy Ray got to the point where he would wait until Dougie got there. I mean, you know, 2 or 3 minutes late. And he'd call everyone to center ice. And Dougie'd come skating up, and Billy would say, "What's your excuse today?" And I mean, he had some fabulous excuses. "The dog ate my keys." Billy said, "Both sets?" "I got caught behind a school bus I couldn't pass." And what was one of his best was that we skated full speed to center ice. Shower of snow, and he said to Billy, "Don't pay the ransom, I got away." He was so funny. Comes onto the bus, 40 minutes. Billy Ray is hot, and he said, "Elaine, what happened?" He said, "I forgot my visa." He said, "Didn't you know we were coming to Vancouver?" He said, "Yeah, but I didn't know it was in Canada." He was a funny guy, Glenn Hall. He used to...
Didn't he have a lisp?
He had a little bit of a lisp, yes. Still does. But he used to see Bobby and I in the shower after the game and say, "Oh, there's the Hull boys. I haven't seen you since warm-up."
Your relationship with Andre Richard, how did that get started?
How do you know all this stuff?
I've been working. Did you think I've been practicing law today? Come on, Dennis. I got Dennis Hall in my midst there. I can't be, you know.
How come lawyers never get it right? How come you always have to practice?
He's going to use this tonight. I enjoyed my time with Greg Peterson today. He's still practicing.
Oh, well, Henry never talked to anybody,
right.
You know, either in French or English. You know, he's just a quiet little man. You probably heard the quote when someone asked Toe Blake his first year in Montreal if Henry spoke English. He said, "I don't even know if he speaks French." But, you know, he competed hard, and, you know, I loved playing against him, and we sort of had a bit of a rapport. And then one game in Montreal Forum in the corner, we're fighting for the puck in the corner, and he said to me, "My brother's better than your brother." So then he continued to do that all the time.
You talk about Montreal. You even had to teach Lafleur English?
Oh, my God.
How am I doing?
This is...
okay?
I haven't even heard this thing.
Jeez. I wonder where... Well, his first year in 70. 1970, I think, was his first year. And he played right wing, and, you know, I was playing against him, and he slashed me in the first period, and I said, "Hey, don't do that." And he said, "No parlez anglais." So in the second period, he slashed me. I said, "Hey, you little frog, don't do that again." He said, "No comprende, no parlez anglais." So in the third period, it was his first year, so he back-checked then, and he was back in his own end, you know, by the blue line ahead of me, and Savard and Lapointe and Lafleur, and I was all by myself, so I thought, I'll fix this little Frenchman. So I slapped one at him, hit him right in the rear end, going 100 miles an hour. Serge Savard told me later the whole imprint of the puck was on his left cheek. Face off again, he said, "Guess I won't hit you with my stick anymore." I said, "Man, you learned English so fast."
Who's the toughest goaltender?
You know, for some reason I scored a lot of goals against Ken Dryden. I guess because we played a lot of games against him.
Right.
But I did score a lot of goals against him. But Johnny Bauer, he was, you know, fearless.
Right.
Some of the goalies were not fearless. You know, some of them were a little shaky when Bobby and I would shoot. So, but Johnny Bauer, you know, played the angles, and I think he was a toughest.
Brother, the best you played with? Let's talk about that for.
Well, he was, yeah. I mean, it was Stan Mikita, and he would take turns winning the scoring and winning the Hart Trophy.
As far as toughness, Gordie Howe.
Gordie Howe, I mean, he was probably the greatest, all around that could do everything forward. But Bobby Orr was the most gifted player of all time that I played against anyway.
Anybody on the ice that you kind of, when they get on the ice, you sort of looked over your shoulder and said, "Oh God, here he comes." Kind of the Dave Schultz type of guy.
Well, Gilles Murat, but he was on our team. I mean, you had to be careful because he'd run into anybody, and sometimes he'd miss the other player.
That's a great answer.
Seek out and eliminate, they called him.